I know I smashed my knee on the way in. I'm like, I could have pour a rye on it.
Here. Flyers versus the Tigers. Bit of an equipment check on Monas. Arkema to take the draw. Tigers win the draw, play back in their own zone. Passed up to center ice, picked up by Arkema. We'll pass that to Hobart. Up to Monas at center ice. He'll leave it for Clark, who chips it into the Tiger zone. Tigers fired around the near corner. Arkema comes up with it, gets it to Clark. Clark drops that back in the corner to Campbell. Campbell pinned in the boards. Keeps the puck. Tigers come up with it. And they'll pass that out through center ice into the Flyers zone. Tigers player dumps that in. And Flyers are going to the penalty box for head contact. Number 19, Jack Hobart. 2 minutes for head contact. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Won by the Tigers, back to the point. Misplayed. Middlehurst comes up with it, skates through neutral ice. In over the Tigers' blue line. Centers it. To Brady, gets a shot off. Second effort cleaned out by the Tigers. They'll pass that up to center ice. Bring it into the Flyer zone. Centering pass. Shot and scores. Middlehurst back in for the draw. He'll win that to Martin, who lost control. Tigers dump it into the Flyers zone. Krause sends it to the far side for Tribble. Up to Brady. To Middlehurst, who lets that go out of the zone. Tigers just fire it back in. Tribble behind his net. Sends it to Martin. Over across to Middlehurst. Sends it to Brady. Middlehurst in just offside. Mason steps in to take the draw, just outside the Tiger zone. Drum draw picked up by the Tigers. They'll get the red line and dump it into the Flyers' corner. Campbell behind his net. Just overskated it, got a piece of it to Brooks. Brooks along the boards behind the net. Picked up by the Tigers, thrown out front. Shot, scores. Mason off the draw, won by the Tigers. Misplayed in his own end. Critchley has to clear the end. Puck in the near corner of the Tiger zone. Wozni get on the forecheck. Tigers played up to the half boards. Backhand to the blue line, just out. No, they kept it in. Wozni on that forecheck again. Tigers clear to the near boards. And they'll fire that puck out. Down the ice for icing. Bit of a discussion going on between a couple Flyers players and a couple Tigers. Arkema off the draw, wins it cleanly back to the blue line, just out of the Hobart's reach. Tigers drive that into the Flyers' end to the near corner. They'll play it around the far boards. Monas, a little lazy on that puck. Comes back to Tribble. He'll send it to the blue line out for Monas. Through center ice, kicks it in over the blue line. For Arkema. Arkema just runs out of room. Tigers play it off the boards to Kraus at center ice. Cross to Tribble. He left that go for Monas. He fires it into the Tigers' end. Tigers up to the blue line. Puck comes to the center ice for Kraus. He'll play it off the boards. Monas. He kicks it up to Arkema, who chips it in over the blue line. It's stripped by the Tigers right there. Back at center ice. Kraus tried to get it off the glass a little too high. Middlehurst in for the draw. He wins that back. Campbell at his own blue line, plays it off the boards to Brady. In over the blue line, somehow onside. Martin trying to pick it up behind the net. Puck comes out, cleared to the far boards. Kraus at the blue line. He lets a shot go. That hits the Tigers player and misses wide. Campbell tries to get it into the corner, picked off by the Tigers, who skated up over the blue line and out. Back in the Flyer zone, cross ice pass, missed everybody. Middlehurst picks up that loose puck, avoids the hit, gets the puck to Martin at the blue line. Martin through the defender, gets tied up, and Tigers will clear the puck down to the Flyers' blue line. Hobor, cross to Brooks, up to Middlehurst, to Critchley in over the blue line. Critchley gets a shot just off. Tigers pass that puck back out of their blue line and into the Flyers' zone. Backhand. Fitzgerald with the save. He'll hold that for a whistle. Mason steps in for the draw. Scrum draw. Mason tries to clear it. Shot. Fitzgerald with the save. Rebound to Hobor in the near corner. Bosney to the blue line and out. For Mason at center ice. Mason gets it in over the blue line. To Critchley. He lost control. Mason in the corner. Tigers fire that puck down the ice. No icing. Brooks deep in his own zone. Pass it up to Critchley at the blue line. Critchley gets it out to center ice. Picked up by the Tigers. Play that back. Hobor runs into his man. And he's going back to the... I don't know why he's going to the box for that. Come on. Interference? Not even going to talk to the coaches. Mason in for the draw. He wins that to Campbell along the boards. Campbell up to the blue line, not out. Tribble behind the net, picks it up, brings it to the far corner, gets some daylight, fires that puck down the ice. 9:39 to go in the period. Tigers back in their own zone. Mason runs over his man with a clean hit. Puck comes to center ice by the Tigers into the Flyer zone. He hits the brakes. Gets it out front, shot. Cross ice, scores. Goaltender change. Fitzgerald's coming out for a bit. Milks is going in. Maybe just trying to settle the nerves or something. Arkema steps in to take the draw. Loose puck picked up by Monas. He'll bring that in over the blue line. Monas to the near corner. Hits the brakes. Arkema steps in. Tigers come up with the puck, get it to the point. Brooks with the shot. Clark tried to deflect that, just goes wide. Tigers clear that puck back to the blue line. Played up to center ice and over the Flyers' blue line. Clear to the net. Shot. Milks will hold that. Clear that for a save. Arkema in the near corner. Puck still behind the Flyers' goal. Tigers throw it out front. Shot. Milks with the pad save. Rebound out the far corner to Brooks. Brooks off the backboards to Kraus. Kraus up the middle, out over the blue line. Arkema picks up that loose puck and brings it in the zone. Arkema leaves it for Moniz. Moniz with a shot. Steered wide by the goaltender. Clark behind the net to Moniz in the near corner. Moniz gets bumped. Puck comes along the half boards. Tigers get a piece of it to clear the zone. Moniz back to Tribble, across to Campbell, a little lazy. Campbell get there first, off the far boards to Arkema. He dumps that puck in, touched by the Tigers, so no icing. Thrown out front. Tigers goaltender had to be cautious there. Puck in the near corner, played around the near boards. Campbell at the blue line, he keeps it in to Middlehurst. Cleared out and down the ice by the Tigers, too far for icing.
What's poppin'? Brand new with this hockey. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. It's Josh. I'm spending this money like it. My body got ready to toxic. It's supposed to be toxic. I can be falling in the zone for the
Middlehurst in for the draw. Middlehurst wins it back to Campbell at the blue line, sends it into the near corner for Martin. Martin throws it out front, just past the Flyers forwards. Tigers pick it up, bring it out through center ice. Gets it to the near corner. Right out front, Middlehurst bumps his man to slow them down. Centering attempt picked off by Campbell. He gets it off the boards, stolen by the Tigers. Milks leaves that behind his net. Tigers try to play it out front. Back to Campbell to Middlehurst. Back to Campbell, who sends it out the far side for Brady along the half boards. Brady to Tribble. Tribble gets it up to center ice to Middlehurst. In over the blue line. Tigers are going to the box for hooking. I think he's sending both of them. No, just one. Bit of a late change. Middlehurst gets waved out. Arkema to take the draw. He wins it, picks it up himself, gets it to Kraus. The blue line. Kraus with a shot blocked by the Tigers. Rebound comes into the blue line just offside. Cleared to center ice by the Tigers. Kraus with a good stick, gets it to Middlehurst, who will bring it back in his own zone to regroup. Middlehurst to the near boards for Hobart. Hobart stretch pass across to Arkema. He was caught standing still, couldn't get moving. Tigers fired that puck back in the Flyers near corner. Played off the boards for Brady. He steps around the forecheck. Brady behind his net. A little too slow. Brady up to Arkema along the half boards. Back to Brady. Brady in over the blue line. Steps around two. Gets it in behind the goal line. Passed out to Middlehurst. To Moniz. Moniz celebrated a little too early. Didn't get the shot off in time. Brady out to Moniz. Tigers pick it up. Cleared out to the Flyers blue line. Hobart. Hobart up to Brady, touches it to get it into the the Tigers near corner. 45 seconds to go on the Flyers power play. Hobart out front to Brady, tipped it just wide of the net. Puck cleared to Moniz in the far corner to Brady behind the net. Brady to Middlehurst along the near side. Out front, Moniz again couldn't quite bury it. Tigers get a piece of it and send that down the ice. Milks comes out to play it. Leaves it for Hobart behind the net. Hobart across, intended for Arkema under his stick. Tigers fire that puck back into the Flyers zone. Campbell picks it up behind the Flyers net. Off the boards for Critchley. Critchley up to Wozni. Just under his stick, didn't touch it, there's icing. 1 second to go in the power play. 4:50 to go in the first period. Mason steps in to take the draw. He'll win it cleanly to the far corner. Brooks, stretch pass, intended for Wozni, just hops off the stick into the Flyers bench. Mason back in for the draw. Won by the Tigers this time. Played back to the blue line. Critchley with a good pinch. Gets a piece of it. Skates down in over the Tigers blue line. Shot just wide. Rebound comes to Brooks at the far blue line. He'll dump that in behind the Tigers net for Critchley. To Wozni with the shot. Pad save. Critchley avoids the hit in the corner. Gets the puck behind the Tigers net. Picked up by Wozni. Wozni plays that to the blue line for Brooks. Brooks with the quick shot. Wide of the net. Rebound. Picked up by the Tigers. They'll send that to the Flyers blue line and in the zone. Brooks got a piece of it. Wozni. I think he's going to the box for a hit from behind. Cross check. It's a pretty weak cross check, but Arkema in to take the draw for the Flyers. Scrum draw in the feet, picked up by the Tigers. Played back to the point. Cross, shot, blocked in front by Arkema. He gets another piece of it and fires it down the ice. Clark in on the forecheck, slows up in front of the goaltender. Tigers play it at the far side. Up through center ice and into the Flyers end. Over the blue line, shot, pass, off the side of the net. Tigers pick up the loose puck in the near corner. Played back to the blue line. Cross, shot blocked by Arkema. That rebound comes out to center ice. Tigers in their own zone, misplayed it. Arkema gets it to Clark. Clark winds up, doesn't get the shot off. Clark and Arkema battling away in the Tigers' end to kill off this penalty. Arkema with a good hit, picked up by the Tigers, and they'll play it out to center ice. Back into Flyers, centering pass. Goes to the near corner. Tigers play back to the blue line. Shot tipped wide. Milks comes up with a pad save. Tribble drives his man to the far corner. Tigers pick it up. Play back in the corner. Thrown out front. Milks will hold that for a whistle. Mona steps in to take the draw. Won by the Tigers. Played up to the point. Mona's battles, gets it out of the zone. Puck will roll to the Tigers blue line and in. Martin picks that puck up in the corner. Gets bumped, but still has the puck tied up down there. 10 seconds to go in the Flyers penalty. Tigers off the far boards. Mona's intercepts that pass and drives it back in the corner. Cleared to the blue line, kept in by Brooks. He'll get a shot off, blocked in front by the Tigers. Cleared up the boards, back to 5-on-5. Tigers back in the Flyers zone. Steered behind the net by Hobart. To the far corner. Middlehurst sends it around the boards, out front. Shot blocked by Brooks. Clear the zone. Tigers back at their own blue line. Passed up to center ice, and Miller skates. Monas picks it up. Lifts that into the Tigers zone. Tigers clear it back to Brooks in the Flyers end. He'll bring it in himself. In over the blue line. Lets a shot go. Pad save. Rebound to Brady. He sends it to Hobart at the blue line. He gets a shot off. Blocker saved. Deflected to the wide. Monas in the far corner. Pokes it behind the net. Brady steps in. Gets it to the corner. Loose puck. Brooks walks in. Lets a shot go. Doesn't get all of it. Picked off by the Tigers to center ice. Brady sends it back into the Tiger zone. Middlehurst had it the first time, not quite the second, and then he'll go in just offside. Mason in to take the draw. Scrum draw picked up by Critchley in over the blue line. Shot off the glove, and it doesn't go in. 1 minute to go in the period. Clearing pass picked up by Wozni. He'll just backhand that into the Tiger zone. Mason in on the forecheck to apply some pressure. Dribble. Center ice. Off the boards, just in over the blue line. Tigers. Cross ice. Pass it up to center. In over the Flyers blue line, just offside. .22 seconds to go in the period. Mason back in to take the draw. Won by the Tigers to center ice. Shot from there, goes wide of the net. Dribble in the far corner, off the boards to the blue line, kept in by the Tigers. Jumped into the near corner. Krause bumps his man. Mason steps in. Puck still in the corner. And that'll do it for the first period. Score after one, Tigers 3, Flyers 0. Here we go, start the second period. Fitzgerald back in between the pipes. Arkema to take the draw. See if the Flyers can stay out of the penalty box for this period. Arkema wins the draw, back to Brooks at his own blue line. Brooks clears it out to center ice, picked off by the Tigers, who play it back into the Flyers zone. Tigers dump it into the near corner. Cleared to the far side. Hobart's there to pick it up. He'll pass it up to Monas at the blue line. And the Tigers intercept that. Tigers back in the Flyer zone along the far boards. Thrown out front, picked off by Arkema. He'll stop. Thrown towards the net. Fitzgerald steers it behind the goal. Arkema to Brooks. Brooks takes it behind the net to the far side. Up to Monas in the half boards. Monas back to Brooks. Brooks will take it up the far wing, in over the blue line. Arkema gets it in, pass to Clark. Clark with the shot just wide of the net. Rebound comes out. Brooks gets the shot, deflected high over the mesh. Millerhurst steps in to take the draw. Won by the Tigers. They'll take it behind their net to the far side. Played back behind the net. Brady avoids a hit. Tigers pick up the loose puck. And they'll skate it out of the zone. Into the Flyers' end. Kraus in the corner. He gets bumped. Tigers come up with it. Millerhurst steps in to help him out. Kraus and Millerhurst in the near corner of the Flyers' zone. Gets out to the far side for a Tribble. Tribble off the boards to Martin. Martin tried to hit Brady going out. Dumped back in by the Tigers. They'll touch that for an intentional offside. Face-off should be just outside the Tiger zone, but Millerhurst in for the draw. Tigers win it back to center ice. They'll get the red line and dump it back in deep in the Flyers zone. Tribble, it's there first, sends it up to the near corner. Out, and that's too far for icing. Mason steps in to take the draw. Tigers win it, get the shot just over the net. Rebound comes out to the far point. Dumped back in by the Tigers. Played out front, picked up by Critchley. He'll skate that out through center ice, gets the red line and dumps it in on net. Tigers goaltender will hold that for a whistle. Mason back in for the draw. Won by the Tigers to the near corner. They'll fire it around the boards to the far point. Campbell with the shot, tipped just wide of the net. Critchley sends it out front, loose puck. Goaltender will hold that for a whistle. Mason back in for the draw for the Flyers. Mason gets it to Wozni at the blue line. Wozni keeps it in, just not quite long enough. Tigers pick it up and bring it out of the Flyers zone. They'll send that wide around Campbell and take it to the far corner. Pass back to the point, shot. I don't know if Fitzgerald got a piece of that or it just missed wide. Critchley around the far boards to center ice, picked up by the Tigers. Pass back and forth up to the red line. Back in the Flyers zone. Shot. Fitzgerald will hold that for a whistle. Arkema in for the draw. He'll win that. Tribble. Puts it up to the boards to Arkema. Arkema passed out center ice. Picked up by the Tigers, who will play it back in their own zone. Off the boards. Past everybody for icing. Arkema back in for the draw. He wins it cleanly to Moniz. Moniz across to Clark. Brooks keeps it in. Flyers are off the dribble with a good rush back to the blue line to keep that puck in the zone. Tigers off the boards to center ice for Brooks. Brooks sends it back in the zone. Arkema in there first. Tigers fired around the boards. Clark couldn't quite handle it. It was a bouncing puck. Third to the blue line, kept in by Tribble. He'll throw that in behind the Tigers net. Played to the far corner, around the boards. Tribble pinches. Tigers pass that hard off the boards, down the ice for icing. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Tigers win that one to the near corner, played behind the net. Around the far boards, Campbell pinches in to keep the puck in deep. Tigers clear back. Campbell lets a shot go. Rebound comes out front. Middlehurst in the far corner. Tries to throw it out for Martin. Goaltender recover that for a whistle. Middlehurst back in for the draw. He'll win that. Martin with the shot just wide of the net. Rebound comes to the near boards. Cleared out by Tigers. Campbell in his own zone. Campbell backhands that to center ice. Brady back to Campbell. Campbell up to Middlehurst. He gets it to the Tigers blue line, no further. He'll fire that puck back out to Krause in his own zone. Hops over his stick. Campbell gets there, sends it to the blue line. Brady couldn't quite hold on to it. Shot wide of the net. Tigers in the near corner. Puck behind it with it. Pass back to the point. Going towards the net. Blocked by Middlehurst in his skates. He wasn't sure where it was. Tigers pick up that loose puck to the near boards. Middlehurst to Martin. Martin intended for Brady, just out of his reach. Tigers will fire that off the board. Back to the Flyers blue line. Campbell sends it across to the far boards. Middlehurst. Left there. The Tigers dump it back in. Krause. Cross to the near side for Campbell. Campbell off the boards to the blue line and out. Tigers throw it back in. Campbell picks up that loose puck. Intended for Wozni. Almost intercepted by the Tigers at center ice, and they did bring it back in the zone. Tigers skate around the far side. Along the blue line, Mason runs over his man. Wozni with the puck to Campbell in the near corner. Campbell tries to send it off the boards, hit the Tigers player. Wozni in the far corner, he gets bumped. Tigers to the blue line, picked up by Wozni. He's in over the blue line. That's a shot goal wide of the net. Rebound out the far side for Critchley. Critchley gets it to the far corner where he gets bumped. Hobart comes in off the point to hit his man. And again, puck picked up by the Tigers, and they'll play it off the backboards to the near side. Tribble keeps it into the near corner. Puck in behind the Tigers net. Critchley and Wozni in there. Mason steps in to help dig it out. Critchley comes up with it, gets it to the far corner. Tigers play it up out of their blue line. Hobart to Tribble on the near boards. Tribble sends it up to the blue line and into the Tiger zone. And that'll draw a penalty. Head contact. .4 minutes. See if the Flyers can put something together to get on the board here. Arkema in for the draw, won by the Tigers. Arkema to Campbell. Campbell across to Brooks with a shot just wide of the net. Puck fired hard around the near boards. That'll go down the ice. Campbell giving chase, picks it up in the near corner. Played to the far side. Brooks intended for Arkema, came offside, but Tigers have to clear. Campbell back in his own zone across to Brooks on the near side. Centering pass to Moniz. A bit of miscommunication going on here. Nobody's talking to anybody out there. Tigers got a piece of it and they'll fire it down to the Flyers' blue line. Campbell to center ice for Clark. He'll leave it there for Moniz. Moniz in over the blue line. Shot blocked by the defender. Rebound out the far boards. Arkema. Back to Campbell. Campbell throws it on net. Shot. And the goaltender recover that. 2:56 to go in the Flyers power play. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Tigers get a piece of it. No clear to the blue line and out. Tribble. Backhands puck to his own blue line. Tigers there to get the shot off. Missed wide. Hobart clears to the far corner for Tribble. Tribble to Middlehurst. Middlehurst avoided a hit. Coughed up the puck. Tigers fired that puck back in the Flyers zone. Tribble along the far boards. Up to Martin. Martin at center ice. Still has it. Gets it to Tribble. Just behind him. Tribble, drop pass to the Flyers blue line. Martin across ice to Middlehurst. Middlehurst steps around the one defender. That's a shot off. He scores! Flyers goal scored by number 95, Carter Middlehurst. We got that just before the first minor penalty expired. Middlehurst steps back in to take the draw. He'll win that to Brady. Plays it to Hobart at the blue line. Hobart, center ice for Middlehurst. Middlehurst, cross ice, intended for Martin, had to get out of the zone. Flyers aren't sure what's going on here. Tribble, back in his own zone. Plays it to Hobart. He almost coughed that up. Middlehurst in the near corner. Sends it across to Tribble. Wide open on his own blue line. Tribble through center ice. It's the blue line, gets bumped. Critchley gave it up. There's a shorthanded breakaway. Shot off the side of the net. Tribble. Drop pass for Middlehurst. Middlehurst up to Critchley at the blue line. Critchley gives it to Brady. Brady lets a shot go just wide of the net. Rebound comes to Middlehurst at the half boards. We'll try to send that to Brady. Tigers intercept that and send that down the ice. Kraus to Critchley at center ice. Critchley in over the blue line, steps around the hit. Couldn't quite get to the puck in time. Tigers clear it out to the Flyers zone. Kraus across to Campbell. Back to Kraus. With your feet. Stretch pass intended for Critchley. Too far for icing. .29 seconds to go in the Flyers power play. Mason steps in to take the draw. He'll win it. Kraus gets a piece of it, fires it behind the net to the far boards. Picked up by the Tigers. They'll bring it to the near corner. Critchley gets a piece of that, sends it to Campbell behind the Flyers net. He'll pass that up to the far wing, intended for Wozni. He gets bumped. Tigers play that puck back in their own zone. Mason jumps all over that, brings it to the far corner, throws it out front. No Flyers are there. Krause from the blue line. Lets a shot go, blocked in front. Loose puck, Mason with the shot, backhand just wide. Puck cleared to the Tigers' blue line, kept in by Campbell. Critchley gets stripped of it. Tigers fire it down back in the Flyers' end. Tigers in the far corner. Back to 5-on-5, thrown out front. Wozni intercepts that pass. He'll bring it down the near wing. Steps in over the blue line. Drop pass for Mason. Mason with a shot. Rebound to Critchley. Critchley to the far corner. Flyers defense were changing. Couldn't keep it in. Brooks back in his own zone. Up to center ice, intended for Monas, just out of his reach. Tigers played that back to center. Tribble brings it into the zone. Tribble still with the puck. Sends it to the near boards. Clark dumps that puck in deep around the far side for Mason. He'll let that go for Brooks. Brooks into Mason. Mason off the wall. Shot high over the net. Rebound. Comes to Tribble at the near blue line. Kept in to the blue line. Still onside. Tribble to Monas. Tigers pick it up. Send it to the far corner. Mason left it there, intended for Clark. Monas bumps his man. Tigers cleared out to the Flyers zone. Played up to Clark, sitting at center ice. He'll send that to Monas. Monas dropped for Clark. Clark with the shot, just wide of the net. Rebound picked up by Clark. He gets that to Brooks along the far boards. Brooks steps around a hit, gets the puck in the far corner. Played to the near side for Hobart. Picked up by the Tigers. They'll clear that to center ice and out. Minute and a half to go in the period. Brooks to Clark. Clark at center ice. Sends that to Arkema in over the blue line. Arkema takes it to the far corner. Drop pass to Monas. Monas brings it to the corner. Arkema steps in to help him out. Monas comes up with it along the half boards to the blue line. Hobart tries to run over his man, didn't work. Tigers with the puck back in the Flyer zone. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle there. Took exception to snow on the goalie, I guess. .57 seconds to go in the second period. Bring the face-off just outside the Flyer zone. Middlehurst steps in to take it, won by the Tigers. They'll play that off the far boards into the Flyer zone, cleared out by Campbell to Brady in the near side. Brady hits the brakes, sends it across, intended for Campbell, just over his stick. Picked up by the Tigers. They'll bring that back in the Flyer zone. Couldn't get the shot off. Krause off the glass to the blue line. Brady gets it out. Tigers fire that puck back in the Flyer zone. Krause tried to get it off the boards. Thrown towards the net. Fitzgerald will hold that for a whistle. .20 seconds to go in the period. Middlehurst in for the draw. Won by the Tigers. Played across the far side. Shot just wide of the net. Campbell gets a piece of it, sends it to the blue line, not out. Another shot wide of the net. Tigers played out front. Loose puck. Picked up by Martin. He'll skate it up through center ice. Martin gets center ice, fires it in just before the end of the period. Bit of a traffic jam at the Flyers bench. We'll do it for the second period.
toes.
Yep. They do. Yeah. All right. All right, here we go to start the third period. Arkema on the draw, won by the Tigers. We'll play that to the Flyers blue line. Campbell hits Arkema at center ice, into the blue line. He'll send that for Clark. Drop back for Hobart. Hobart brings it into the far corner. Hobart centers it to Monas. He gets taken down. Tigers clearing attempt, hits a player on the way out. To the blue line, kept in by Clark. Tigers get a piece of it, cleared to center ice. Campbell. Intended for Arkema. They say he touched it, it was good. Tigers deep in their zone, played through the near corner. Up to center ice, in over the Flyers blue line. Centering pass, slow, intercepted by Arkema to block the shot. Tigers send it to the far corner for Tribble. Tribble to Arkema. Arkema to Monas at center ice. Monas in over the blue line. Tigers pick it up there and bring it out. Tigers back in the Flyer zone. Thrown on net. Fitzgerald will hold on to that for a whistle. Mason steps in to take the draw. One back to Brooks. I think he shot on his own net. Sorry, that was Krause. Cleared to the far side for Tribble. To the blue line in Critchley's skates. Picked up by the Tigers. Overskated it. Tigers still with the puck. Shot blocked in front by Tribble. Tribble in the corner. Gets it to the blue line. Not out. Shot wide of the net. Rebound comes to the near point. Tigers will dump that into the near corner. Wolsney and Krause battling it out in the near corner, trying to get the puck out. And won't move far enough, so they'll blow it down. Mason steps in to take the draw again. Won by the Tigers. They'll send it across ice to the far boards. Played in behind the net. Brooks. The Hobart. Loose puck in front. Critchley finally gets a stick on it. Clears it out of the Flyer zone. Gives it to Wolsney on the far boards. He'll get the blue line and chip it in. Tigers. Play it out the far side. To center ice. Brady picked it off. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Puck along the near boards. Picked up by the Tigers. Cleared up. Brooks read that one. Gets a piece of it to the blue line and in. Picks it up. Critchley. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. Tigers fire that puck down. They'll beat the icing themselves. Centering a pass. Brooks off the near boards to center ice. Tigers regroup back in their own zone. Pass it up center ice. Off the boards, deep in behind the Flyers net. Campbell takes it out the far side. Hits the brakes. Get a bit of room. Campbell still with the puck. Skates around one. Back in the zone. Campbell gets the shot off. Blocked in front. Rebound. Picked up by Mason. Couldn't hold on to it. Clears out of the zone. Campbell back at his own blue line. Mason to the box. 2 minutes, Fred? 4 minutes for head contact, I think. Only 2. Brady off the draw, won by the Tigers. Way back to the point. Cross ice to the near corner. Back to the near point. Back in deep to the Flyer zone. Across. The defender shot wide of the net. Rebound. Comes out to the half boards. Martin with a good stick. Intercepts the pass a little bit. Comes to Brady. Brady reels it in. Kicks it up to his skates. Picked off by the Tigers. Campbell clears it to the far corner. The far point. Tigers. DD shot. Pad save by Fitzgerald. Rebound to the far corner. Passed out to the point. Tigers cycling it around. Way back to the blue line. Across to the far side. Shot. Scores. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win that back to Krause at his own blue line. Off the glass, into the Tiger zone. They'll pass it around, off the near boards and out center ice. Brooks got a piece of it to break up the play. Tigers chip it into the Flyers' end. Middlehurst to center ice for Monas. Monas intended for Clark. Clark had to clear the zone. Tigers pick it up, bring it back out of their end. Tigers get over the Flyers' blue line. And Middlehurst going to the box for tripping. Clark steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Won by the Tigers to the point. Back to the half boards. Clark gets a piece of it to the blue line and out. Monas applying pressure. Tigers with the puck back in the Flyer zone. Shot. Fitzgerald kept that one out. Kima steps in to take the draw. A minute 40 to go on the Flyers penalty. Tigers win the draw. Shot from far, missed wide of the net. Arkema got a piece of it, clears the zone. Arkema sends it to the near corner in the Tigers' end. Critchley applying pressure. Tigers pass up the far side, in over the blue line. He'll spin, gets it to the point, thrown on net. Wide. Centering a pass. Didn't get the shot off. Second shot, scores. Kima in for the draw. Tigers win that one. Played off the boards, sent the Flyers blue line. Campbell keeps it out. Back to the Tigers blue line. They'll pass it up to the far boards. Arkema kept out of the Flyers zone. Tigers send it back in. Hobor, centering attempt, or centering pass, almost picked off by the Tigers. They'll pick it up in their own zone. Passed up center ice, chipped into the Flyers' end, to the near corner. Campbell sends it around to the near boards for Middlehurst. Campbell picks it up behind his own net. Sends it off the far boards to the blue line, kept in by the Tigers. Hobor. He'll pass it up to the Tigers' blue line. Misplayed. Critchley was in on the forecheck, applying pressure. Hobor still in there, battling it away. Tigers play that off the boards into the Flyers' end. Arkema to Hobor. Hobor gets the red line, dumps it in off Critchley. Second effort sends it down in deep. Off the goaltender, loose puck. Critchley in. Mason steps in for a draw. Picked up by the Tigers. Woolsey with the shot. Covered by the goaltender. 7:31 to go in the third period. Mason off the draw. Picked up by the Tigers. Dribble skating all the way home. Tigers walk into the Flyers' end. Shot. Blocker saved by Fitzgerald. Woolsey steps around a hit. Gives the puck to Mason. Mason in over the blue line. Doesn't get the shot off. Loose puck. Almost knocked in by his own player. He'll hold that for a whistle. Mason off the draw, won by the Tigers. Looks like they're both going. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Won by the Tigers to the near corner. Cleared to the blue line and out. Kraus sends that back in the Tiger zone. Flyers regroup, break back in. Off the boards. That'll be too far for icing. Middlehurst back in for the draw. Tigers win another one. Cleared around the far boards. Dribble. Didn't get there in time. Kraus across. He keeps it in. Gets a shot on that. Brady picks up the rebound. Sends it behind the net for Martin. Martin out front for Middlehurst. Just couldn't get the shot off. Tigers to their blue line and out. Through center ice. In over the Flyers blue line. Cross. Shot saved by Fitzgerald. Shot from the point, misses wide. Goes to the near boards. Brady drives it to the blue line, kept in by the Tigers. Kraus sends it back in there, along the half boards for Brady. Middlehurst. Kraus again to the blue line, kept in. Fired in around the boards to the far corner by the Tigers. Tribble. Middlehurst is standing there. Martin kicks it to the blue line and out. Tigers back in their own zone. Cleared up the center ice. Tribble. Pass straight to the Tigers. Middlehurst picks it up. In over the blue line. Middlehurst centering a pass to Clark. Couldn't get the shot off. Tigers regroup, bring it out of their zone. Back in the Flyers' end. Around the D. Cross ice pass to the far boards. Brooks gets a piece of it. Tigers steal it. Throw it on net. Cleared out by Middlehurst. Shot. Scores. .5:06 to go in the third period. Arkema in for the draw. Won by the Tigers to their own blue line. Mona's applying pressure. Overskated it, cleared out to the Flyers blue line, picked up by the Tigers. Brooks off the boards to Clark. He fires it to the blue line and it kept in. Back to Clark. Up to Arkema. He runs out of room. Tigers pick it back up and bring it into the Flyers' end. Campbell to Arkema. Arkema hits Clark on the far side, just behind him. Let's say he doesn't touch it for icing. Arkema in on the draw. Won by the Tigers. Back to the point. Across to the near wing. Shot blocked in front. Rebound. Shot misses wide. Arkema. Another pass intended for Clark behind him for icing. Maybe try passing to his stick. Arkema back in for the draw. Won by the Tigers. To the point, to the half boards. Thrown in on net. Shot. Pad save. Rebound. Scores. Middlehurst on the draw, won by the Tigers. Pass, dump it into the Flyer zone, Tribble up to Critchley at the blue line. He hits Middlehurst in over the blue line. Middlehurst gets taken down. No call, loose puck. Bouncing, Critchley gets an elbow. Middlehurst in the corner. Critchley runs over his man. So that was Woolsey that runs over his man. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Middlehurst wins it. Critchley. Critchley turns and fires wide of the net. Rebound out the far side. Picked up by Middlehurst. He'll send that to the near corner. Hobart misses his hit. Puck's cleared out down the ice. Icing's waved off. Tribble plays off the boards to himself. Up to Brady in the half boards. Brady backhands that to neutral ice. Tigers back in their own zone. Off the boards to center ice. Intercepted by Critchley. He'll get that to Brady. Brady in over the blue line. Takes it wide. Throws it out front. Middlehurst couldn't get the right angle. Rebound picked up by Critchley in the far corner. Comes out to Middlehurst. Off the boards to Hobart at the blue line. Just kept in. Shot. Blocker save. Rebound. Cleared to Tribble at the blue line. Tribble sends it back in. Critchley steps around one. Brings the puck behind the net. Throws it out front. Tigers clear it. Hobart missed another one. Cleared to center ice. Tribble overskated it. Tigers pick it up in the Flyers zone. Brady bumps his man. Puck settles down behind the Flyers net for Hobart. Off the boards for Critchley. behind him. He picks up the loose puck in his own zone, skates it out. 2:18 to go in the period. Critchley in over the blue line. Throws it out front. Nobody skating for it. Kraus at center ice. Kraus tried to get Mason. Mason picks it up. Skates around center ice. Back in over the blue line. Mason gets a shot go. Tipped high and over the mesh. .149 to go in the period. Mason in on the draw. Martin at the half boards. Puck clears out past Campbell. He'll win the foot race and clear it out center ice. Tigers dump it back in the Flyers zone to the far corner. Kraus sends it to Critchley just out of his reach. That puck will roll back into the Tiger zone. They'll dump it out. Kraus again at his own blue line. To Martin. Cross ice for Critchley along the near boards. Critchley with a shot wide of the net. Rebound comes to Kraus at the blue line. He keeps it in. Gets it to the far corner. Critchley centers it. Nobody's home. Tigers fire that puck on net. No icing. Campbell. He'll get back first. Pick up that loose puck. Take it behind his net. Campbell out the far side. Intended for Critchley. He'll touch it. No icing. Tigers settle it down. 1 minute to go in the period. Campbell at the blue line. Walks in. Shot blocked in front. Campbell in the far corner with Critchley. Campbell comes up with it. Campbell gets it out front. And Flyers are going to the penalty box. Tigers in over the blue line. Shot, scores. 30 seconds to go here. Arkema steps in to take the draw. Won by the Tigers. Back to their blue line. They'll chip it up off the boards to center ice. Arkema tries to hit Monas along the near boards. Picked up by the Tigers. In their own zone, they'll send it out to the far boards. To the Flyers blue line. Tribble settles it down. It's Arkema. Tigers just airmail that to center ice. That'll do it for the game.